Hey everyone, and welcome back. We've got some listener research here, and well, it's really captured the buzz around AI, especially as we head into 2025.
Yeah.
It's all about, just how intelligent AI might become in the very near future. And frankly, it's a little intimidating, to be honest with you. Some experts are predicting that AI will move beyond, just crunching numbers
Right.
to actually solving global problems in real time.
Yeah. It really is a fascinating shift.
Yeah.
We're talking about AI that can analyze situations like climate patterns,
Wow.
logistics, medical data, and then actually suggest solutions.
So it's not just sifting through the data, it's like understanding it
Right.
and suggesting how to act on it.
Exactly.
That's incredible. It almost reminds me of DeepMind's AlphaFold project.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
AlphaFold can predict protein structures, which has been huge for accelerating drug discovery.
Right.
And so this real-time problem-solving capability could be applied across a wide range of fields by 2025.
Right. And you can see how that kind of power could be transformative in so many ways.
Absolutely.
However, shifting gears a bit,
Sure.
one area that really caught my eye in this research was this concept of AI agents. These things are already popping up everywhere.
They are.
Like, look at OpenAI's Codex, which can write code from basic instructions.
Yeah.
It's like having a personal coding assistant.
It is, and it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Really?
By 2025, we're looking at AI agents that could potentially manage entire marketing campaigns, provide 24/7 customer service, even draft legal documents, perhaps.
That's wild. But it also makes me think,
Yeah.
if AI agents are taking on these complex roles, what does that mean for the future of jobs? I mean, are we all about to be replaced by robots?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
The rise of AI agents will certainly change the way we work.
Right.
However, it's not necessarily about replacement,
Okay.
but rather a shift in focus. AI will likely handle those repetitive, data-heavy tasks, freeing humans up for roles that require creativity,
Right.
critical thinking, and emotional intelligence areas where AI still falls short.
So it's about adaptation and finding ways to work alongside these AI agents?
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Thinking about how AI is evolving, there's this whole other aspect that's a little unnerving, to be honest. AI is getting really good at predicting what we want, sometimes even before we know it ourselves.
You're talking about hyper-personalization, Troy.
Yeah.
Think about those eerily accurate recommendations you get on Netflix or Spotify.
Yeah.
That's just a taste of what's to come.
Wow.
By 2025, this will likely be a core part of many of our daily experiences.
So paint me a picture here. What does this hyper-personalized future actually look like?
Okay, so let's say you have a child struggling with math. By 2025, AI tutors could analyze their learning style
Okay.
and adapt lessons in real time to make learning more effective. Or imagine your virtual assistant perfectly optimizing your workday,
Okay.
taking into account deadlines, energy levels, and even your commute time.
Okay, so AI is like a super efficient life coach.
Yeah.
I have to admit that sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But on the flip side,
Sure.
this level of personalization must require a ton of personal data.
It does.
It makes you wonder about privacy, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The trade-off between personalization and data privacy is a crucial conversation to have.
Right?
If AI is going to anticipate our needs and tailor our experiences, it needs access to an incredible amount of information about us.
Okay, it's almost like a Faustian bargain.
Yeah.
Incredible convenience and personalization in exchange for, well, who knows how much of our private data.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've been talking a lot about the digital world, but what about AI in the physical world?
Yeah,
We're talking robots here, right?
that's right. We're not just talking lines of code anymore. We're talking physical robots powered by AI that will be increasingly present in our lives by 2025.
Wow.
You're already seeing this with companies like Boston Dynamic,
Right?
creating robots that can work in warehouses, disaster zones, even dance.
It's mind-blowing to think that this is happening now.
It is.
But how will these robots actually fit into our everyday lives? I mean, are we talking robot butlers and self-driving cars, or is that still the stuff of science fiction?
Well, some of that is closer than you might think.
Really?
We could be looking at autonomous vehicles, actually improving traffic flow in cities by 2025.
Wow.
Robots assisting surgeons during complex procedures, maybe even drones delivering our online orders right to our balconies.
Okay. That's pretty wild. But I have to admit, it's a little intimidating, too. I mean, having robots navigating the real world seems like it could go wrong pretty easily.
You're right to be cautious.
Yeah.
One of the major challenges is ensuring that these robots can operate safely and reliably in unpredictable environments.
Right.
And then there's the whole question of those jobs robots might replace.
Yeah.
It's something we'll need to grapple with as this technology becomes more prevalent.
So there are definitely some serious challenges to consider as AI becomes more integrated into our physical world.
Absolutely.
It's a lot to wrap your head around. But speaking of AI making decisions, the research you sent points to something even bigger. AI as a decision maker on a much larger scale.
This is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
We're already seeing AI being used for decision making in areas like finance, logistics, and even in suggesting urban planning strategies.
Wow.
By 2025, we could see AI playing a significant role in shaping the way our world works.
So we're talking AI making decisions that could impact entire cities or even global markets.
Yeah, it's a lot of power for a machine.
It is? Is that even safe?
It's a question of striking the right balance. While AI can analyze vast amounts of data and potentially make more data-driven decisions,
Right.
we have to consider the potential for unintended consequences.
Right. So it's not just about letting AI run wild and make all the decisions.
Right.
We need some safeguards in place to ensure that things don't spiral out of control.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Well, we need to consider how to ensure that AI's decisions align with human values and goals. It's a complex challenge, but one that's critical to address as AI's decision-making capabilities continue to evolve.
Well, I think we can all agree that AI is going to have a massive impact on our lives in the coming years.
Absolutely.
But here's where things get really interesting. AI is beginning to blur the lines between machine and artist.
Yes.
We're already seeing AI creating art, composing music, even writing poetry and scripts.
It's amazing.
It's almost like AI is developing its own sense of creativity.
It's a fascinating development that's forcing us to rethink our understanding of what it means to be creative.
Right.
AI tools like DALL-E and ChatGPT are generating incredibly complex outputs that are frankly challenging to distinguish from human-created works.
Right. It's pretty incredible. But does this mean AI is actually creative, or is it simply mimicking patterns and styles that it's learned from human data?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's a debate that's raging right now in the art world, the music industry, really across all creative fields.
Wow.
Is AI merely a sophisticated imitator, or is it capable of genuine creative expression?
That's a big question with no easy answers, but the fact that we're even asking it speaks volumes about how rapidly AI is advancing.
Right.
This brings me to a topic where AI is already making some incredible strides: healthcare. It's an area where we're seeing real, tangible benefits from AI.
Absolutely.
We're talking about AI systems that can detect diseases earlier,
Yes.
analyze medical images with incredible accuracy, even assist surgeons during operations.
It's already changing the face of healthcare as we know it.
It's almost like having a super-powered medical assistant working alongside doctors, helping them to make more informed decisions and provide better care. So what does the future of healthcare look like with AI by 2025?
Well, by 2025, personalized medicine powered by AI could become the norm.
Wow.
Imagine a world where AI analyzes your genetic data, medical history, and lifestyle
Okay.
to create a completely customized healthcare plan.
So we're talking about AI helping us to stay healthy before we even get sick.
Exactly. It could revolutionize preventative care.
That's pretty amazing. But let's switch gears for a second and talk about a topic that's often associated with AI.
Okay.
The singularity.
Yeah.
It's this idea that AI could eventually reach or even surpass human intelligence?
Right.
Is this just science fiction or a real possibility?
Well, the singularity is a topic that's been debated by experts for decades.
Yeah.
There's no clear consensus on when or even if it will actually happen.
Right.
Some researchers believe we're centuries away, while others think it could occur much sooner.
So what's your take on this? Do you think we're on the verge of creating super intelligent machines that could potentially outsmart us all?
I think it's important to distinguish between narrow AI, which is what we have today, AI that's good at specific tasks,
Right.
and artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
Okay.
AGI would have the kind of flexible intelligence we see in humans.
So you're saying that while AI is becoming incredibly advanced, true thinking machines are still a long way off.
That's my perspective.
Okay.
We're seeing remarkable progress in narrow AI, but AGI is still largely theoretical.
Okay, so we might not have to worry about robots taking over the world just yet.
Right.
But the idea of a future where AI is even more intelligent than humans is definitely something to consider.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons why research into AI safety and ethics is so crucial.
Right.
As AI continues to evolve, we need to make sure that it's aligned with human values and goals.
It sounds like a pretty daunting task.
It is.
But with the rapid pace of AI development, it's a conversation we need to have sooner rather than later.
I agree.
Okay, so I'm sensing a theme here.
Mm-hmm.
AI is becoming increasingly powerful and pervasive. And we need to be having some serious conversations about how to ensure that it's used ethically and for the benefit of humanity.
Absolutely. The choices we make today will determine the course of AI development for generations to come.
And that's a pretty sobering thought.
It is.
But it's also an incredibly exciting time to be alive, to be witnessing this incredible technological revolution unfold.
Absolutely.
Now, getting back to the research you sent in, one thing that really stood out to me was this idea of AI potentially playing a crucial role in solving global crises.
It's a compelling concept.
Yeah.
Imagine AI analyzing real-time data from climate sensors, supply chains, social media, and more
Wow.
to predict and respond to natural disasters, pandemics, or other emergencies.
It's like having a global AI brain constantly monitoring the planet and working to keep us safe.
Right.
But even with the best intentions, wouldn't there still be the potential for unintended consequences?
There always is. That's why it's crucial to approach AI development with a deep understanding of its limitations as well as its potential.
Okay, so it's not just about the technology itself. It's about how we use it and the choices we make as a society.
Exactly.
And speaking of choices, let's talk about another topic that grabbed my attention. AI agents becoming our coworkers. Is this something we should be excited about or worried about?
It's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
AI agents have the potential to automate tasks, increase efficiency, and even create new job opportunities in fields like AI development.
Yeah.
But it's crucial to ensure that these AI agents are implemented ethically
Okay.
in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few.
So it's about ensuring that AI agents are used to augment human capabilities, not to replace or exploit humans.
Precisely.
Okay.
We need to be mindful of the potential impact on employment and strive for a future where humans and AI can work collaboratively.
It's a complex challenge, but one that we need to address as AI becomes more integrated to our work lives.
Absolutely.
Now, shifting gears again, I want to talk about another point that sparked a lot of debate.
Sure.
Hyper-personalization. It's already a huge part of our digital lives, but the research suggests that by 2025, it's going to be even more pervasive and sophisticated.
It's true. AI is becoming incredibly adept at understanding our individual preferences and tailoring experiences to our specific needs, whether it's personalized recommendations, customized news feeds,
Right.
or targeted advertising. AI is shaping the information we consume and the choices we make.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? I mean, personalized experiences can be incredibly convenient and enjoyable.
Right.
But as you mentioned earlier, the trade-off is data privacy.
Yeah.
How much are we willing to give up in exchange for these personalized experiences?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
As AI becomes more sophisticated in its ability to personalize our experiences, we need to be having serious conversations about data privacy
Right.
and how to protect our personal information.
So it's a balancing act.
It is.
We want the benefits of hyper-personalization,
Right.
but we also want to protect our privacy.
Exactly.
It's a challenge that's only going to become more pressing as AI continues to evolve.
Absolutely. And it's one that we need to address collectively as a society.
Now let's step out of the digital world for a moment and into the physical world.
Okay.
The research you sent paints a pretty vivid picture of robots becoming increasingly prevalent in our lives by 2025.
It's a trend that's already well underway.
Yeah.
We're seeing robots being used in manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, even in our homes.
Wow.
And by 2025, we can expect to see even more robots entering our workplaces, our public spaces, and our daily lives.
It's like something out of a science fiction movie. But how will these robots actually impact our lives?
Right.
Will we be having robots cleaning our houses, cooking our dinners, or even driving us to work?
Some of that is closer than you might think.
Really?
We're already seeing robots being used for domestic tasks like vacuuming and lawn mowing.
Okay.
And as robot technology continues to advance, we can expect to see robots taking on even more complex tasks,
So it's not just about robots doing dangerous or repetitive jobs.
Right.
It's about robots becoming more integrated into our lives.
Exactly, and it raises a lot of questions about safety ethics and the impact on human employment.
Right.
These are conversations we need to be having now as robot technology continues to advance.
It's a lot to consider. It seems like robots are on the cusp of transforming our lives in many ways, both good and bad.
Absolutely. The future of robotics is full of both promise and peril.
Yeah.
It's up to us to shape that future in a way that benefits humanity.
Well said. Now let's dive into another area where AI is making its presence felt. Decision making.
Okay.
We're already seeing AI being used to make decisions in areas like finance, logistics, and even urban planning.
Right.
But the research you sent suggests that by 2025, AI's role in decision making will become even more significant.
You're right. We're talking about AI potentially making decisions that affect our daily lives in a multitude of ways.
Yeah.
From the traffic flow in our cities to the personalized healthcare we receive.
That's a pretty big responsibility for machines.
It is.
How can we ensure that AI is making decisions that are in our best interests?
That's the key question.
Yeah.
We need to develop mechanisms to ensure that AI's decisions are aligned with human values and goals. This involves careful design, robust testing, and ongoing monitoring.
So it's not just about letting AI make decisions without any human oversight.
Right.
We need to have safeguards in place to make sure that things don't go awry.
Exactly. AI should be a tool that helps us make better decisions, not something that dictates our lives.
It's a complex challenge, but it's one that we need to tackle head-on as AI's decision-making capabilities continue to grow.
I agree.
Now, shifting gears again, I want to touch on something that I find really fascinating: AI's foray into the world of creativity.
Oh, yeah.
We're already seeing AI generating art, composing music, even writing scripts.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It is pretty mind-blowing. Can a machine truly be creative, or is it simply mimicking human patterns?
It's a question that philosophers, artists, and technologists are all grappling with.
It's a fascinating question and one that doesn't have an easy answer.
Right.
But the fact that we're even having this conversation shows how far AI has come.
Absolutely. The lines between human creativity and AI-generated content are becoming increasingly blurred.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see how this evolves in the coming years.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've explored the incredible potential of AI, but also the challenges and risks that come with it.
You've summed it up perfectly.
Yeah.
The future of AI is full of both promise and peril.
Yeah.
It's up to us to ensure that we harness its power for good.
So what's next on our journey into the world of AI?
Well, we've only just scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore.
Okay.
In the next part of our deep dive, we'll delve into the specific ways AI could impact various aspects of our lives by 2025,
Okay.
from healthcare and education to transportation and entertainment. We'll also discuss the ethical considerations and the steps we can take to ensure that AI is used responsibly and for the benefit of all.
That sounds fascinating. I can't wait to continue this exploration. Thanks for listening, and be sure to join us for part 2 of our deep dive into the world of AI in 2025.
See you then. Welcome back to our deep dive into the future of AI in 2025.
It's amazing to think how rapidly this field is advancing.
Yeah.
Picking up where we left off, you mentioned AI's potential to revolutionize healthcare.
Yes.
What are some specific ways AI could change how we approach our health in the next couple of years?
Well, imagine a world where AI analyzes your genetic data, medical history, and lifestyle to create a completely customized healthcare plan.
So it's like having a personal AI doctor who knows you inside and out.
Right.
But wouldn't that require a massive amount of data sharing?
It would. And that brings us back to the discussion about data privacy. It's a delicate balancing act.
Right.
We want the benefits of personalized healthcare, but also want to safeguard our personal information. As AI evolves, this tension between innovation and privacy will be a key factor in how these technologies are developed and adopted.
Yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind. Okay, shifting gears a bit, I want to talk about AI in education.
Sure.
I remember reading about AI tutors that can personalize lessons for each student's learning style. Is that something that could become a reality by 2025?
It's closer than you might think. AI has the potential to make education more engaging, effective, and accessible for learners of all ages and abilities.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach to education,
Right.
AI could tailor lessons to each student's strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly.
That sounds pretty incredible.
Imagine a classroom where AI tutors provide real-time feedback, adapt to different learning styles,
Wow.
and even identify areas where students might be struggling before they fall behind.
It's almost like having a personal tutor for every student. I can definitely see how AI could be a game changer in education.
It could be.
But what about the role of human teachers in this AI-powered classroom?
AI is not about replacing teachers,
Okay.
but rather about empowering them with new tools and insights.
Right.
AI can handle tasks like grading lesson planning
Right.
and even identifying students who need extra help. This frees up teachers to focus on what they do best,
Right.
building relationships with students, fostering critical thinking, and inspiring a love of learning.
Okay, so it's about collaboration, not replacement.
Exactly.
Teachers working alongside AI to create a more effective and personalized learning experience.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, thinking about our day-to-day lives, transportation is one area where AI could have a massive impact.
Absolutely. Autonomous vehicles are already being tested in cities around the world.
Yeah.
And by 2025, we could see them becoming a more common sight on our roads.
Self-driving cars. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie. But seriously, what kind of impact could this have on how we get around?
Well, imagine a world with fewer traffic accidents, reduced congestion,
Right.
and increased accessibility for people who can't drive themselves.
Yeah.
That's the potential of autonomous vehicles.
So it's not just about convenience, it's about safety and improving the overall quality of life in our cities.
Exactly.
But what about jobs?
Yeah.
What happens to all the truck drivers, taxi drivers, and delivery drivers if AI takes over the wheel?
It's a valid concern, and
Yeah.
it's something that we need to address
Uh-huh.
as we transition towards a more automated transportation system.
Yeah.
We need to find ways to retrain and reskill workers who may be displaced by these technologies.
It's a complex issue, but it's one that we can't ignore.
We can't.
Okay, let's talk about something a little more fun.
Okay.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
How could AI change the way we consume and experience entertainment in the next couple of years?
Well, AI is already being used to personalize our entertainment experiences. Think about those recommendations you get on Netflix, Spotify, or YouTube. That's just the beginning.
Right. AI seems to know my taste in music better than I do sometimes.
It's true. AI is incredibly good at analyzing patterns and predicting what we'll enjoy. By 2025, we could be seeing AI generating personalized news feeds, creating custom video games tailored to our preferences,
Wow.
even composing music or writing stories based on our individual tastes.
So it's not just about consuming entertainment, it's about having a hand in creating it as well.
Exactly. AI could become a creative partner, helping us to express ourselves in new and innovative ways.
It's like having a personal AI artist or musician at your disposal. But as we've discussed with other areas,
Yes.
doesn't this raise some ethical questions?
Of course. If AI is creating art, music, or even entire narratives, who owns the copyright?
Right.
How do we ensure that AI-generated content doesn't perpetuate biases or spread misinformation?
Yeah.
These are all complex questions that we'll need to address.
It's a lot to think about. AI's potential to reshape our world is incredible, but it's clear that we need to approach it with a good deal of thought and careful consideration.
Well said. As we move further into this deep dive, let's switch gears and explore how AI could transform the very fabric of our cities and societies.
Okay.
We've talked about AI's potential impact on healthcare, education, transportation, and entertainment. But how could it change the way our cities are designed and managed?
That's a great question. Cities are complex systems, and it seems like AI could offer some powerful tools to address challenges like traffic congestion, pollution, and resource management.
Exactly. Imagine a city where AI optimizes traffic flow, reduces energy consumption,
Wow.
even predicts and prevents crime.
It sounds like a utopian vision of a smart, efficient, and sustainable city.
Yeah.
But how realistic is it? Could AI really make that much of a difference in the way our cities function?
It's definitely within the realm of possibility. We're already seeing cities around the world adopting AI-powered solutions to improve traffic flow, manage energy grids, and even enhance public safety.
So it's not just a futuristic concept, it's something that's already happening.
It is. And as AI technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative applications in the realm of urban planning and management.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities. But as with any powerful technology, there are always potential downsides to consider. What are some of the risks we need to be mindful of when it comes to AI in cities?
One major concern is data privacy. If cities are using AI to manage everything from transportation to public safety, that means collecting vast amounts of data about its citizens.
So it's a question of balancing the benefits of a smart city with the right to privacy.
Yes. It's a delicate balance for sure.
Yeah.
We need to have open and transparent conversations about how data is collected, stored, and used in smart cities to ensure that citizens' rights are protected.
I think that's a theme that keeps coming up throughout our deep dive into the future of AI.
It is.
It's not just about the technology itself, but about how we use it and the choices we make as a society.
You've hit the nail on the head. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's a future that we are shaping with every decision we make.
Well said. And as we continue to explore the potential of AI, it's crucial that we keep those ethical considerations at the forefront of our minds. Okay, so we've talked about AI's potential to impact our health, education, transportation, entertainment, and even the way our cities function.
Right.
But what about the global implications?
Yeah.
Could AI play a role in addressing some of the world's most pressing challenges like climate change or poverty?
That's a great question. And it's one that researchers and policymakers are actively exploring.
So what are some of the ways AI could be used to tackle these global issues?
Well, imagine AI analyzing vast data sets to predict and mitigate the effects of climate change.
Wow.
Or developing personalized interventions to reduce poverty and improve access to education and healthcare.
It sounds like AI could be a powerful tool for creating a more sustainable and equitable world.
Good.
But what about the potential for unintended consequences?
Yeah.
Could AI actually exacerbate these problems rather than solving them?
That's certainly a possibility. As with any technology, there's always the potential for misuse or unintended outcomes. That's why it's so important to approach AI development with a focus on ethics, transparency, and accountability.
Right. It's not just about creating powerful AI. It's about creating AI that aligns with our values and goals as a society. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this second part of our deep dive. We've explored how AI could transform everything from our personal lives to the global landscape.
You've said it well. AI is poised to reshape our world in profound ways. But the ultimate impact will depend on the choices we make today.
So as we head into the final part of our deep dive, what are some key takeaways or reflections you'd like to leave our listeners with?
I think the most important thing to remember is that AI is not some distant futuristic concept. It's already here. It's rapidly evolving. It's up to all of us to engage in informed and thoughtful conversations about how to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits humanity.
Absolutely. It's time to move beyond the hype and the fear and start thinking critically about the choices we need to make to ensure that AI is used for good. Thanks for listening, and be sure to join us for the final part of our deep dive into the world of AI in 2025. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into AI in 2025.
It has been quite a journey exploring the potential and the complexities of this rapidly evolving field.
It really has. We've talked about how AI could change everything you know, from our personal health to even the way our cities function.
Absolutely.
And as we wrap up, I want to touch on something that we briefly mentioned earlier.
Okay.
This whole concept of the singularity.
Yes,
Yeah.
Singularity, the idea that AI could eventually reach or even surpass human intelligence.
Right.
It's a topic that sparks both fascination and fear.
It really does. It's like something straight out of science fiction.
I know.
But is it really something we need to be concerned about, or is this just hype?
Well, the singularity is a theoretical concept.
Right.
And there's no scientific consensus on whether and when it might occur. Some experts believe it's centuries away if it happens at all, while others think it could happen much sooner.
So there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding this idea.
There is.
But let's say, for argument's sake, that the singularity does occur.
Yeah.
What would that actually mean for humanity?
It's difficult to say for sure. Some futurists envision a utopian future where super intelligent AI solves our most pressing problems and ushers in an era of unprecedented prosperity.
Right.
Others paint a more dystopian picture,
Yeah.
where AI becomes uncontrollable and poses an existential threat to humanity.
Okay, so there's a wide range of possibilities, both positive and negative.
There is.
It seems like the outcome really depends on how we approach AI development and how we prepare for the potential of superintelligent AI.
Precisely. If we want to ensure that AI benefits humanity, we need to prioritize research into AI safety and ethics.
Okay.
We need to develop mechanisms to control and align AI's goals with our own.
So it's not just about creating powerful AI. It's about creating AI that is aligned with human values and that operates within a framework of ethical guidelines.
Exactly, and that's a conversation that needs to involve not just scientists and engineers, but also ethicists, philosophers,
Yeah.
policymakers, and the public at large.
It's a complex challenge, but it's one that we need to address head on.
I agree.
The future of AI is ultimately in our hands.
It is. We have a responsibility to steer AI development in a direction that benefits all of humanity.
Well said. As we wrap up our deep dive into the future of AI in 2025, I'm left with a sense of both awe and apprehension. The potential of AI to transform our world is undeniable.
It is.
But it's crucial that we proceed with caution, wisdom, and a commitment to ethical principles.
You've captured it perfectly.
Yeah.
The future of AI is a story that's still being written, and we all have a role to play in shaping the narrative.
So what can our listeners do to be a part of this conversation and help shape the future of AI?
Well, the first step is to stay informed.
Okay.
Read articles, listen to podcasts, attend lectures. Learn as much as you can about AI and its implications.
Right.
Engage in discussions with friends, family, and colleagues.
Yeah.
Share your thoughts and concerns.
Uh-huh.
The more we talk about AI, the better equipped we'll be to navigate its complexities.
It's about moving beyond the hype and the fear and engaging in a thoughtful and nuanced conversation about the future we want to create with AI.
Absolutely. And remember, AI is not some distant futuristic concept.
Right.
It's already here.
Yeah.
It's rapidly evolving, and it's impacting our lives in countless ways.
Yeah.
The choices we make today will determine the course of AI development for generations to come.
So let's choose wisely. And on that note, I want to thank you, our listener, for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI in 2025. It's been an incredible journey.
It had.
We hope this deep dive has given you a better understanding of the potential of AI, the challenges we need to address, and the choices we all need to make to ensure that AI is used for good.
Remember, the future of AI is not preordained. It's a future that we're creating together.
So let's keep learning, keep questioning, and keep diving deep. Until next time.